Hello everyone, welcome to Full Grown Gaming's second episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In this episode, we are going to be inside the Deku Tree, as you can see on the screen right here. And the first thing I want to do is, I remember telling you guys in the last episode that you could get either Deku Sticks or, Deku Nuts from this thing. I want to try and see if I can't get some Deku Nuts out of this. What I really like to do to try and get the Deku Nuts, I think it's really what you have to do, is wait till he lunges at you, because you gotta hit him on the nose, really. There we go, we got some Deku Nuts. You gotta hit it, like, when it's not standing straight up to get the Deku Nuts. Otherwise, like I said in the last episode, if you do hit it when it's standing straight up like that, you'll just get Deku Sticks, which are good, like, they're both really good, items, but I do want to try and get, pretty much everything in the game. And that's another thing. There are quite a few collectibles in the game, and I'm not sure at this point if I want to get all of them or not, but I think I will, just because I like to, I kind of a completionist, so might as well try and do that. And, speaking of items, let's get this thing. In every dungeon in the Ocarina of Time, there are, items, obviously, and there are two items that are in every dungeon, really. The dungeon map, as I got right here, which, as you can see, put a map in the bottom corner. Man, I'm, like, pressing buttons here. But yeah, Navi, by the way, if you lock on to something and you press her button, like the up C button, she'll usually tell you something about what you're logged onto. But yeah, you can see that there's a map in the bottom right corner of the screen now. And that's there because of the dungeon map that we got. And as soon as Navi stops talking to me, I'll show you what else it did. But the other item that is in every dungeon, or it's pretty much every dungeon, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that doesn't have it, is the compass, which we'll be getting in a minute. Also, when you get the map, on the start screen, it will show you pretty much every single area in the dungeon that you're in, and it will highlight, in blue where you've been. So, that's pretty cool. Now, a lot of people, they're not necessary. You don't have to get the dungeon map or the compass, really, but I do like to get them anyway. Now, this guy right here, not that hard. Really, all you gotta do, I probably should have explained it before I did it just so you guys could see, but you just gotta lock onto him. Z targeting, hold up your shield, he'll shoot a Deku Nut at you, and it'll reflect back at him and beat him, basically. And his tip that he's giving us right here is that if you jump off of a high cliff and you hold forward on the control stick, you'll pretty much just roll and not take damage. But, like he says, if it's really, really high, it's probably not going to work. Here, we have if we jump on that platform, it's going to fall off. And it might look like, why is that there? But if you jump on it, you can just, jump across to the side. Not, really necessary to... I don't know why that's there. You could have climbed up on the sides there. But anyway, this is going to be a really good item right here. So let's go ahead and open this chest. Probably going to be our first weapon. Well, actually our second weapon. Obviously, we have a sword already. But this is really the first one that... the first dungeon weapon item, I guess. Pretty much the thing about the Zelda series is every dungeon will have an item that you need to defeat that dungeon. Like, for instance, the one that I'm holding right now is the fairy slingshot, which we'll be using, in about 2 seconds. Up there, if you climb up this thing, there's just a heart up there and a treasure chest, but that doesn't really count for completion, so I'm not really going to go for that, because, I don't have any hearts missing. I just realized I haven't equipped anything on the C button, so let's go ahead and do that. I have exactly 3 items, might as well go ahead and put everything on there. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, now, if you look over there, you'll see a ladder up there that we can lock onto. And if we shoot it with the fairy slingshot, it will fall down and we can get back up. While we're here, though, I do want to show you a kind of a cool glitch trick thing. If you take out a Deku Stick, and you kind of, look at a wall and you're on a ledge like that, if you hold down Z, and you do a jump slash at the wall, you'll have an infinite broken Deku Stick. Usually if you hit something with a Deku Stick, the Deku Stick will break. But, with this glitch, you can have an infinite, broken Deku Stick. And you might be wondering why that's important. 2 reasons. If you do that, you can put it away and it will, well, apparently it doesn't give you the Deku Stick back, but a Deku Stick, believe it or not, is as powerful as the Master Sword in this game. So if you're fighting a boss or something and you do that infinite Deku Stick trick right before the boss and you beat it, you fight it with that, you'll pretty much be having a Master Sword as a kid. So that's a pretty cool trick that I've, learned over the years. Here we have, the Skulltulas on the wall. I believe that's how you say it. Wow, he spit out some rupees. Might as well go ahead and get those. Some people try and get brave and go up the, the wall here without defeating the Skulltulas first with the slingshot. It is possible to do that, just straight up climb it without, taking these guys out first. but I can say in my experience, I almost always get hurt. So I'm definitely, that's why I didn't try that there. Either way you go here, you can go left or right, but it'll take you to the same spot. Alright, so let's get over here and drop down. Alright, well I thought I was going to drop off there. Now here we have these things. These are like bigger Skulltulas. Let's go ahead and, you know, apparently they're called big Skulltulas. Its soft belly is its weak point. So you can see Navi is really going to, whoops, well that's not what I meant to do, but you know, it'll work. Navi really is going to be our source of information in this game. Because, you know, like I said, if you lock on to something, are you going to turn around? You can't defeat these things unless they turn, what in the world are you doing? Unless they turn around, so... There we go. I don't even know why I did that. I'm not sure if they'll respawn or not, but I have to go do something else in another room anyway. But, you know, I guess it's important. That's how you defeat those. Alright, let's come in here. Is this the room I think it is? Yes, it is. Alright, so we can press this button to raise up the platforms or the pillars in the middle. And there's two ways we need to go, so we're probably going to have to make this quick. I don't think we're going to be able to do it in one run here. Let's go ahead and open this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the dungeon compass, or just the compass, that's what it's called. And it kind of works in tandem with the map. And you'll see in a second when this, there we go. Now you can see that there's actually arrows on the, you know, what is that? The map down there. And the gold or yellow arrow or whatever is obviously, you know, Link right now. Wow, I just got hit, didn't I? Usually, you know, those things don't really give me too much trouble until I try and record. But anyway, the yellow arrow, or the gold arrow, is Link's position and what direction he's facing, and I'm pretty sure the red arrow is what, pretty much where you entered the room from. So we entered the room from that, you know, that opening over there, so that's where the red arrow is. Here we have a Gold Skulltula. Wow. Apparently those things are stronger than I thought. If I die, I swear. But Gold Skulltulas are they're a collectible in the game, really. And I think there's 100 of them. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting all of them. Wow, what is that thing doing? You're not going to beat anybody doing that, buddy. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of them. Sweet! A fairy. Those things will heal you if you run into them. And I just, you know, there's a heart here. But anyway, the Gold Skulltulas, I'm pretty sure there's 100 for every certain, like, increment you get. I think it's like... That probably didn't make much sense. I don't know why I pressed that button either. I think it's like, you get rewarded, basically, if you get those things. So I probably will get all of this Gold Skulltulas just so I can show you guys the rewards you'll get for getting them. But they are hidden in some pretty clever spots, so... I never actually collected all those as a kid, so that'll be something new for me, actually. Alright, come down here. One thing that'll make this a little bit easier is if you hit it with a... There we go, you can just freeze it like that. But what we've got to do is jump down here in the middle, actually. You would think that would hurt somebody, but apparently not. Alright, now that we're down here, there are actually a couple more Gold Skulltulas we can get. There's kind of a cool trick you can do here. If you, like, stand on this corner, I'm probably not going to be able to get this to work. But you pretty much just got to, like, stand on this corner, look over here. Yeah, see, I don't even know exactly how to do the trick, but you can basically, like, float on that Gold Skulltula there and get up on that platform without... You can skip basically half the dungeon, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, so you can... There's another Gold Skulltula token you can get right there. Oh, man, I'm just, like, pressing buttons all over the place. But yeah, that will make that appear, and we have to use that in a second. Let me go ahead and get this. I think that's, what, second Gold Skulltula token already. Alright, and if you see in the water, you can see a platform down there that you can stand on without actually going in the water. But if you go off of it, obviously you'll be in the water. So what we have to do is use that to our advantage, actually, because we have to take a lit Deku Stick across the water over there to burn that net, or the, you know, the spider web. So that's how you do that. First, though, there's another Gold Skulltula right here we can take care of. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to jump up there and grab onto it like that. That would have been cool. I remember this dungeon from my childhood also, because this was, like, obviously the first dungeon, and my dad wasn't really a big video game player, but this was, like, the one dungeon, or the one thing that he helped me with when I was a kid, so, I don't know, little, insight into my childhood there. Alright, so let's go ahead and light the stick and run. Now, there's oh, I thought I jumped in the water. You can see there's a little outcropping right here, and I better run or I'm gonna miss it. There we go. Eventually, when they're on fire, they'll burn out like that just happened right there. Luckily, there's these things all over the place, so if you ever run out, if you just hit it with a Deku Stick, it'll stand straight up and you can just hit it in the stalk. Okay, or not. Fail. Alright, so let's go in here. I mean, we have one left, and I think we only need one more for the rest of the dungeon here. That's kind of cool, actually. I never knew that. I think... Yeah, okay, I was like, what's going on here? I'm actually playing on the Wii Virtual Console for this. Man, oh my goodness. I hit him out of there and he got back to his little hole. But I'm playing on the Wii Virtual Console, and apparently I'm playing with a GameCube controller. If you press the Z button on the GameCube, apparently that will use your last used C button item, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so this guy right here is kind of, you know, he gives you more information. The first guy gave you some information, this guy will give you a little more. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. I don't know why they did that, like, when I thought about it, because that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe it was just a way to get kids to remember, you know, 2, 3, 1 as the order for something. And here we have some Deku Seeds, which are used by the slingshot. They're actually the bullets for the slingshot. But yeah, there's an order that we have to kill those things later on, and we have to do it in that order. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Here we have some infamous eye switches. Just gotta hit it with a, you know, the slingshot here. When we turn into an adult, you know, obviously we won't have the slingshot anymore, so we're gonna have to hit those with arrows. So as Navi has to say, after we get into the water, if we hold down A, we can dive. So, yeah, that's another thing about this game. You can't really swim underwater, but you can dive. So what we gotta do is come over here, and dive and hit this button. Man, that was perfect right on the dot. I remember as a kid, man, that was hard. Like, I had a problem hitting that thing. Like, if you're not right on it, you're probably not gonna get it. But what that does is lower the water level. Oh, come on. Yes, I got on it. And if you see this, you know, turning thing in there, why is that in the Deku Tree, by the way? I don't know. Let's go ahead and take this guy out, though. But it lowered the water level so that we could ride that platform under it without actually getting knocked off. There we go. Navi, see, Navi, I don't need to hear you tell me how to do everything. I guess for people first playing the game, you know, that would be kind of helpful, but that is one thing that people complain about this game. I mean, it is, you know, understandable that it would be annoying, but I guess I didn't really mind it too much when I was playing, because obviously when you're young, I think it's kind of comforting to have somebody tell you how to play the game, you know? Even though it's a fictional fairy, you know, she's kind of our guide in this game. Alright, so let's go in here. Looks like we're gonna have to light some torches again. Good thing that they placed some of these in here. Let's go ahead and do a jump slash. That's pretty much the best way to get, you know, Deku Sticks, is hit it with a Deku Nut. Well, I didn't get that, did I? Hit it with a Deku Nut and just do a jump slash, because it'll kill it in one hit. The jump slash, by the way, is definitely the strongest. There we go. You can put away, by the way, if the Deku Stick is on fire, you can put it away. But the Deku, or the jump slash, is probably the strongest attack that we have. See, I don't want to mess with him, so I'm just going to freeze him and run by him. Alright, so we don't have to go through there. That's just kind of like a decoy spider web, so we can actually come over here. There's spider webs all over. Or actually, no. You know what? I don't even want to look back, because there are some enemies back there that I thought were creepy as a kid. Look at that! So, yeah, let me just go ahead and take these guys out. These guys are stronger than I remember, actually. There we go. Wonder if he's going to give me anything. Wow, some rupees. That's pretty cool. Oh, get off of me! Yeah, these guys are actually part of the boss in this dungeon as well, so nice little foreshadowing, I guess. And here, I don't know why these little passages are all over the place, and it looks like there's no floor right here. I don't know if that's like a graphical error, or if that's just... Yeah, look, now that it's there. Alright. So now we're back in the same exact room that we were in before. But this time we're actually up on the ledge here, and there's kind of another cool trick you can do. I'm not going to try it, but you can actually jump from this block to that torch to the left right there and light. Basically, if you guys look over there, there's a web on the floor, and you're supposed to use the fire to burn that web. And what some people do is jump on this block that I'm pushing right here to get to that thing on the left, so you don't have to come all the way down here to get, you know, to this torch to save time and stuff. But with my luck, I know that wouldn't work, so not gonna try that. Alright, so let's burn the web. Nice and simple, go into shield. Okay, well, never mind. That was embarrassing. See, I get, when I'm playing on the Virtual Console, I get the right trigger mixed up with the Z button, I guess, because I haven't played the GameCube in probably, like, 6 years, really. Alright, so let's just roll on it. You can do that, or you can go into the shield mode. Oh, man, I was going to see if I could... Did that burn my stick, or no? Well, apparently not. I got my stick back. But here's where we have to employ the use of 2, 3, 1. Wow, how did that happen? Oh, my goodness. They're ganging up on me. Alright, so there's 2. This guy over here is going to be 3. If you get too... Oh, man. Great. I don't think they can become, like, unfrozen after you freeze them, so you don't have to worry about that. but you have to chase the last guy down. So how did we know his secret? We defeated one of his brothers. But basically, somehow, he's going to reveal the secret of Queen Ghoma, which is through that door there. In order to administer the coup de grace, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that, to Queen Ghoma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. And what item do we have that stuns things? That would be a Deku Nut, but I believe you can also use the fairy slingshot, shoot that at her, at the eye that she has, and it will also freeze her. Alright, so I'm not sure, you know what, I was going to say maybe I should go get a heart, but not going to worry about it. Before I go in there, I want to basically tell you guys a kind of a cool trick that you can do. Let me see if there's some hearts in here, but okay, good. Basically, if you use this, like I said, as strong as a Master Sword, I don't think there's anywhere here where we can do that infinite Deku Stick trick, but basically you can do the jump slash with this, so that means it's as strong as a jump slash with a Master Sword. Also, if you do this trick right here, where you go behind the shield and do the poking, stabbing attack, for whatever reason, that attack does as much damage as whatever the previous attack you did was. So if we take out the Deku Stick, hit Ghoma with it, go into this mode and hit her with a sword, she'll be down in like 3 seconds. So hopefully I can get that trick to work. I just wanted to explain that to you before I actually came in here. Alright, so here's Queen Ghoma's lair, pretty much. There was a new speedrunning technique found where you can warp straight from here to the last boss. I don't think I'm gonna do that because I think I already can't do it, but that would be kind of cool maybe to do later in a bonus episode or something. Alright, so there's Queen Ghoma up there with her huge, disgusting, rotating eye, which like I said, I thought this was creepy as a kid. She looks like a spider, really, to me. Yeah, parasitic armored arachnid, Ghoma. I like how in this game pretty much everything has a... Oh, there we go, alright. Let's do a jump slash. Oh, get out of the Z-Tart. Oh no! Man, I wanted that trick to work, that would have been cool. But yeah, every boss in this game pretty much has a, a title when they come on screen. It's also like that in Banjo-Tooie, I don't know, I kind of like that. Alright, get down here, kid. Alright, jump slash. Get out of that. Come on. There we go. See, that's how it was supposed to work, but I apparently have to be out of Z-targeting for it to work. But yeah, that's all Ghoma has to offer. Pretty easy first boss. And I like how the bosses, pretty much all of them do this. After you beat them, they kind of disintegrate like that. And that music right there is the stuff of Legends. That's awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this heart here. I'm not going to go for a 3-heart challenge or anything like that. But the heart containers, you get one pretty much every time you beat an enemy. So be sure to pick that up. If you don't pick it up, I'm pretty sure you can usually come back into the dungeons where, you defeated the boss and pick it up. So, but, might as well not waste time. Might as well pick it up before we leave. But pretty much every dungeon will have this warping blue thing, too, to get you out, so you don't have to actually backtrack throughout the thing. And I don't think there would have been a way to get out of that dungeon, if you think about it, without, that warp there. Well done, Kyle. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Sure. Alright, I'm pretty sure he's gonna tell us the story of the Triforce, actually. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerer's powers in the search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Faror, the goddess of courage. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world, and apparently created the sky while she was at it. Faror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The three great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Kyle, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. And here we're definitely going to be getting the Kokiri Emerald, I believe it is called. And that is one of the three, stones that we have to get before kind of the midpoint, not really even the midpoint of the game. But once we get all three stones, we will be able to become an adult, which was the best point of my childhood. I remember getting the third stone was impossible, so hopefully I'll be able to do that for you guys without messing anything up. Well, I mean, I obviously know how to do it in this day and age, but the future depends upon thee, Kyle. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Kyle to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Kyle. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree. As a kid, I was like, no, why? First of all, I just spent 20 minutes in that dungeon saving you, and you just died. Thanks. Hey, Kyle, what did you do? The Great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault. He was gonna die anyway, Mido. I don't want to hear from you. Least of anybody, you. Mido is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, basically, we defeated the first dungeon there. We got the first, not as, I don't know if you can call it an elemental stone, but we got the first stone, really. And to get, towards the end of the game, obviously we got to get 3 of those. And we got the first one already, within the first 2 episodes? Fortunately, the whole game isn't going to go by this fast, because we have to get 3 of those stones, transform it into an adult, and then play forevermore. So this game is chock full of things to do. But I want to thank you guys for watching episode 2 of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the next episode, we're going to be going through there to Hyrule Field, really. So I want to thank you for watching episode 2, and I want to see you guys back for episode 3.